Today on the AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series, we head for the mountains and the Western Nationals at Rio Tinto Stadium in Utah. Will T-Train Tucker Hibbert keep his top spot in the box? What racer will grab a handful of throttle and knock Tucker off? Is it X Games star Levi Lavallee? What about hard-charging Robbie Malinowski? First-year pro Tim Tremblay is sure he has the right stuff today.
To beat Tucker, I think you need to start with him and just like be the same speed and just stay strong till the end of the race.
Host Misha Johnson goes behind the scenes with some of the wives of the Snocross stars as they share stories of life on the road. In our Pit Pass, discover how racers adjust sleds to the higher altitudes we'll face today. And later, Big Air will always get you there as the Monster Energy Slednex Invasion Tour takes off for another high-flying show. And we'll untangle the action at the Western Nationals from Rio Tinto Stadium, next on the AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series.
Greetings everyone and welcome to the AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series. I'm your host Misha Johnson, and today we have headed west to the Rio Tinto Stadium in Sandy, Utah, just outside of Salt Lake City. Now, this is the third race of the season, so I had to ask the guys, what do you think about the Western course and the racing circuit so far? Take a look. So Levi, elevation. Let's talk about that. What's that going to do to your sled?
Oh, the sleds, they lose a little bit of power up here. So the guys, they've been out all week testing. So hopefully they'll be ripping out there. I know I personally be sucking a little more wind, just like the sled. You know, I bogged down a little bit. So hopefully I can make it through as well.
What have you been doing since Milwaukee? Have you been training, ready for this Utah race?
Yeah, definitely been riding a lot and got a lot of training in and think our stuff's better than ever. So we'll go give it a shot.
We're almost there. We're, I think, close to getting on the podium, and it's just, you know, Utah feels good. It's a small track. It's an indoor track. I've had a good history with those tracks, so I'm looking forward to it.
Where in the track would you say that is my strength where a lot of people struggle?
Through the really rough technical sections, I think, and over a lot of the jumps, I'm able to make up time on the other riders. I've been, I wouldn't say struggling in the corners, but the corners is where the other guys are the closest to me, and so I've been trying to focus on that a little bit. We've talked and brainstormed a little bit on some sled setup stuff to try and get the sled to corner a little bit better for me.
All right, well, there you have it from the athletes themselves. But the question still remains, who can top Tucker Hibbert? And for that, we go to our broadcast booth where the MacMan Paul Mack and Rod Simons are standing by. Guys?
Misha, thank you, and welcome once again. I'm Rod Simons. Delighted you're with us on the AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series. Delighted to be with the MacMan, former championship racer Paul Mack. We have moved west, a couple time zones, and a lot of elevation. What does that mean for the racers?
Boy, that's big changes. You know, if you live out here or used to being out west, boy, you talk about getting an instant advantage, because you know at 8,000 feet, you're losing 2% power per 1,000 feet. You're down 16% engine power. Whole different ballgame with jetting, with clutching, the track conditions.
Let's take a look at the course you're going to see. And we'll do it with a Motocom cam courtesy of Logan Christian. Tight course.
Check out this start right now. You're going 40 miles an hour, have to negotiate down to zero. It's a 180-degree turn, then you back out on the front stretch. Key point in the race, people. Check this out. Right when they come out of the start line here, they're going to come into this triple. They're going to be landing here somewhere around, I would say, 80 yards past the triple where it starts. When they land here, the holes are going to be so huge. Think about it. In the air, on the triple, you have about 60 feet before turn 3. And in 60 feet going 50 miles an hour, you got nothing but brake in your left hand, and that results in huge holes underneath your feet. You want action? Check out this area. Once you leave turn 3, you head down that short little chute into turn 4. Look at how rough it is. Look at how tight it is. Straighten back out and you go up to the AMSOIL finish line.
We're ready for the Caterpillar Pro Stock. What a backdrop, the Wasatch Mountains, MacMan.
Boy, this is a pretty setup here. This is a great place to watch a race.
Lined up and ready to go, 10 racers. There's Doug Morrissey. And out of the gate, we're off. And right out of the gate, a spill. Look at 1, 2. I got 5 racers.
Oh, check this out. Bender goes down in the very first 50 feet. He's down. Garth Kaufman's into him. Tucker's into Garth. We got back up in the corner. Andrew Johnson. Look at Tucker here. Check it out.
But he's holding on.
He's still on. Look at Superman. One-handed grab on the right hand, right arm.
And right out of the gate, we have the little spill and Levi Lavalle full throttle ahead.
No, he's really tearing it up. He's got Bender right behind him. But remember, Bender went down right at the start in the first 50 feet. So Bender's a lap down. He's not going to be a factor in this one.
If I'm Levi Lavalle, I'm trying to create space, and he's getting it done right now.
And he's loving Bender back there because that's a lap sled. Somebody to hold up everybody else behind him. Remember, Tucker was way, way back there at the start. He was involved in the Garth Kaufman incident.
Still Levi Lavalle looking really, really good.
Oh, man, he's got that setup. Look at that. Loading the front suspension, loading the rear, meaning he lands flat. He doesn't bounce off the bumps like a pogo stick. He's got that thing dialed.
Halfway home, 12 laps in all, and it's Levi Lavalle trying to get some separation. He knows who's behind him, and it's lap 7.
Right now, he knows it's crunch time. Tucker knows that, too, at lap 7. Look at Tucker inside of Bender.
Once again, and Bender's in the way. He's having a tough day.
Oh, that was a little fiberglass love. Let's check it out. Now look who can hang on and who can't. Check it out. There's a contact. Tucker's on his side.
He is amazing. Look at that.
Feet first. He hangs on, gets right back on, and poor Bender, he's down for the count.
Levi Lavalle, in the meantime, still full throttle, little bit of air there. Lap 11, but Tucker Hibbert's right there and trying to make his move.
And on the inside, you don't want Tucker on the inside of you because he makes that stick so often. He didn't there, but that's the wrong place to allow Tucker Hibbert.
Oh, he is close. You just have a feeling he's coming. You have it, MacMan.
He's got him on the outside here. Now, will he cut back in?
Oh! Look at that, and at the checkered flag, it's Tucker Hibbert.
And he makes it stick. Check this out. To the inside, look at Levi gets a little high. Tucker's down lower. He's got more momentum. And Levi Lavalle's up in that sugary snow. He doesn't get as good a traction. Tucker's got a good base under him. Just rockets right by him.
Last corner, last turn. It doesn't get any better than that.
It doesn't. Think of that. Last corner, last lap, last turn. And who's the man to do it? Who else? Tucker.
And there are your winners. And Misha Johnson standing by with the T-Train himself.
The last lap was gnarly. I mean, I knew the laps were winding down, and I wanted to catch Levi. And I had a couple of lines that I was using that worked good on the guys, you know, behind Levi. And when I got to him, he was using a few of them, so I really had to just ride hard and got a little out of control a couple of times, but I pulled it off.
And he's not just about Snocross. Look at the whole shot there.
Another whole shot. Look at Tucker. What's the RD in about 4th out of what there has to be 100 guys there? Unbelievable.
Tucker Hibbert, part of the game face he wears is mountain biking in Minnesota. This is Buck Hill, just outside of Minneapolis. And he's on the Mellow Johnny's team, which is co-owned by the Lance Armstrong.
Well, look at Tucker, a little spill there. We don't see much in Snocross, but that's the physical conditioning level he's at come wintertime because of this.
When the AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series returns, the big sleds are rumbling in the Pro Open class. Will the Thin Mountain Air slow them down? Misha Johnson gets the latest news in today's Pit Pass. What does freestyle superstar Paul Thacker do to relax between backflips? Here's a hint. It involves a video screen. Team Warner and Tim Tremblay are cooking up something big. Find out if Tucker Hibbert's on the menu in the Pro Open class. The AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series is brought to you by AMSOIL, Parts Unlimited, Skidoo, and by Caterpillar.